This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, hi everyone. Welcome to Isha Training Solutions. So we'll wait for 2 more minutes for others to join and then we'll start our discussion. 2 minutes we'll wait for other learners to join and then we'll start our discussion. Guys, thanks for joining. We'll wait for 2 more minutes.
Yeah, sure, sure. This session's only Monday to Friday, na?
Yes, Ramoji.
This session's only Monday to Friday, na?
Yes, that's what saying. Yes.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So we will get started. So in yesterday's session, I mean, we pretty much discussed about APM tool means what. APM tool means what? So I told you APM tool means application performance management or application performance monitoring tool. Okay, application performance management or application performance monitoring tool. Okay, so in that we discussed about why we are actually uh, going for APM tool because you want single tool for all your problem statement. Okay, you want single tool for all your problem statement. That's where uh, we are using this APM tool concept itself instead of going to individual tool for a single monitoring capability. You are going to use uh, APM tool which will take care of everything. Okay, and I also told you what for we are actually going for these approach and all. Okay, so the APM tool predominantly application performance monitoring and application performance management, and I also mentioned about something about observability and all observability. Okay, observability. So in that I gave a little explanation about observability also, and these APM tools, what way you can use it, like client side monitoring or application monitoring, database monitoring, infrastructure monitoring, like that. So that explanation also we discussed. Okay, and there is a mindset with the people also. This is actually purely used by performance testers. Okay, this is purely used by performance testers. That mindset is also with the people, but I'm saying it is not like that. It is not like that. It is not something that only to be required to be used by the performance testers. No, we don't want to go to that mindset straight away, because this can be used by anyone, any job stream people, provided what activity that they are performing is actually important. Okay, so I would say developers they can use this. Okay, developers they can use this. So why I'm saying developers can use this? So right now in the industry, okay, right now in the industry, if you go and check what is actually happening in the industry right now, developers they are doing their development. Okay, new code development that they are doing, and they are supposed to do unit testing. Okay, developers what testing they are doing? They are doing unit testing. Developers what testing they are doing? They are doing unit testing. They are supposed to do unit testing, but because of the timeline pressure, they are not doing that unit testing in a detailed way. They are not doing the unit testing in a detailed way. Okay, even I'll share my personal experience also. I worked in one of the organization. There the developers, I'm not blaming developers, I'm telling about the example. Okay, so what the developers what they did, they developed the code. I mean, not like complete development they did not do it. since because the timeline to deliver the code, right? I mean, usually there is a milestone defined in each and every organization, right? Since because that milestone date came, I mean, they have to deliver the code to the system integration testing team. They did not actually completely develop the code, but they deliver the code to the system integration testing team. Okay, what they did not actually did the complete development. Instead, they delivered the code to the system integration team. So when the system integration team, when they are actually testing the application, they will raise lot of high priority, medium priority, low priority defects and all, right? Parallelly, the development team, they did the actual development. Okay, when the testers they are doing the development, that time parallelly the developers they did the development. Within that short time period, they deployed the newly developed code, and they asked the functional testers to again test that defects. So it's easy, right? You don't want to complete within your timeline. You can even go till the testing timeline when the testers are actually testing their test cases. In the meantime, you can complete your development and deploy a newly developed code, so that all the defects raised by functional testers sometimes it will become invalid, because the actual code is actually available after 1 week or 10 days. So all your defects will become invalid. Okay, that was the situation happened in that application. I'm not typically telling or any blaming things here, but I'm trying to tell developers sometimes, instead of doing a detailed unit testing, what they are doing, they are giving that responsibility to the functional tester itself. They are giving that responsibility to the functional tester itself. Because of that, uh, uh, the functional testers will do all the activities. In the meantime, they will complete their development. But actually, what we are expecting is that developers should perform unit testing in a detailed way. Unit testing in a detailed way. So in order to do the unit testing in a detailed way, these APM tools will partly help the developers. It will partly help the developers, because the environment where your APM tools are actually running, in that environment you are doing your unit testing means, I mean, in the non-prod I'm saying, but this is also case to case. Not always every organization will invest their license for the non-prod environment, but I'm saying, realistically speaking, you should have certain instance in the non-prod and certain instance in the prod as well. And in the non-prod, you can test your newly developed thing, so that all the issues we can identify in the early stage itself. All the issues that we can identify in the early stage itself. That is the expectation. That is the expectation. Actually, I told you, right? Nowadays, people are working in agile model. Agile model. Okay. Those days, maybe we were you doing all our activity in the waterfall model. Waterfall model, at least you will have such certain time to digest, or certain time to do certain activity. But if you are working in agile model, what is actually happening nowadays? Nowadays, you are not even finding any time to do a detailed activity and all, because your timeline is very short. Your timeline is very short. Even developers are finding very difficult. Testers are finding very difficult. Okay, so that short timeline is actually a problem. Okay, that too, if you are working in agile model sprint cycle, if you are working, obviously you are going to get probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks timeline only for your agile sprint execution, right? So because of that, the developers they are not finding sufficient time to do their actual activity. That is the reason I'm saying certain developers they are not doing the thorough unit testing. But realistically speaking, you need to do a detailed unit testing. That too with the help of these APM tools, that will be little more easy, little more easy. That is the reason I'm saying this tool is not only required to be learned by the performance testers alone. Developers can also use this tool. Developers can also use this tool. Not only unit testing, even for certain root cause analysis. Say like somebody is actually saying, boss, that there is a problem in the production environment, end users are reporting certain problem, means straight away what developers will do, they'll check the logs, they'll check the matrices and everything, and they are going to find where the problem is and who is actually responsible for the problem statement, who is actually going to resolve the problem. It's very easy if you are using the APM tool. Root cause analysis. Root cause analysis would be very, very easy. That is the reason I'm saying developers also can use the APM tool. Developers can also use the APM tool. Okay. Okay. Developers can do the root cause analysis. Developer can do the unit testing like that I told you, right? What about performance testers? What about performance testers? What about performance testers? I told you before also, performance testers, most of the activities actually related to performance testers, most of the activities actually related to APM tools only. Because using performance testing tool like Jmeter, LoadRunner, NeoLoad, what they will do, they'll record the flow, they'll do customization, and they'll do execution. That is what performance testers will do using the performance testing tool. But that is not sufficient. That is not sufficient. Simply by doing the testing is not sufficient. You need to do extra things. Okay, you need to do extra things. What is that extra thing maybe? So I told you before also, your performance testing tool, it is not providing the client side data. Your performance testing tool is not providing the client side data. Your page painting, page rendering, browser timing, all those things, your performance testing tool is not providing. Everybody will accept this, right? All are accepting this statement, right? Performance testing tool is not providing the browser timing. Everybody in line with this discussion? Any second opinion? No, right? Oh, yeah. So yes, there are people they can say, sir, in LoadRunner there is a protocol called TrueClient protocol. The TrueClient protocol will provide end-to-end response time, sir. Yes, it will provide end-to-end response time, but not in the way what these APM tools are actually providing. But most of the time people are not using LoadRunner, or most of the time people are not using TrueClient protocol. Everybody is using HTTP protocol. So with the HTTP protocol, our statement is correct. Yes, you cannot capture the client-side response time. You cannot capture the client-side response time. Okay. So a simple picture, I think I already explained on the similar line, but a simple picture is that, so when you are doing a browser and you are using your server, okay, when you are using the browser, okay, you are using the browser, and then this is your server, okay, this is your server. So usually what we are doing, we are triggering a request from the browser, and that request is actually going to your server, and server will process the uh, I mean the server will process the request, and it will send back, the response. Okay, just a minute. It will send back the response, and that will reach to the browser. So what is that meaning? The request is actually triggered www.amazon.com. That request will go to the browser, server, and then the server will process that, and then it will provide the response. It will provide the response, and that response will reach back to the browser again. This is what is actually happening manually. This is what is actually happening manually. And then say like I told you about this thing, right? Your performance setting, you are using performance setting tool like that I told you, right? So performance setting tool example, you consider Apache Jmeter itself. Apache Jmeter is a performance testing tool, and performance testing tool acts like a proxy server, man in the middle, proxy server. So when you are trying to do the recording, guys, okay, when you are trying to do the recording using Apache Jmeter tool, Apache Jmeter is a performance testing tool. using that performance testing tool, when you are trying to capture that recording traffic, what will happen when you are launching it from the browser? A request is actually triggering. That request is actually going via where? It will go via your Apache Jmeter tool. That time what your Apache Jmeter tool will do? It will take the copy of the request. It will take the copy of the request, and then it will send the request to the server. The server will send the response. That time what your tool will do? It will take the copy of the response, and then the response will go to the browser, This is what we are doing it during the recording time. Okay, script recording using Apache Jmeter tool. This is how we are doing the script recording. I'll take a pause here, guys. Any question till now?
So will this JMeter will store the uh, transaction details?
It is actually internally it is called a samplers. Okay,
Okay.
which is the request which will be stored in the JMeter communication. Maybe you call that as protocol also. The request communication is actually captured. Okay. Yeah. So now I completed my recording. What I have to do next? I am going to do replay, because I wanted to validate whether the recorded script is actually working fine or not. Whether the recording script is actually working fine or not. Okay, so what will happen? You are going to replay. While replaying, what will happen, guys? I'm going to click replay in Jmeter. What will happen? The This layer will be completely not available. This layer will be completely not available. Why? Because your Jmeter tool is actually having the copy of the request. From that request it will go to the server. From that request it will go to the server, and server will process the request, and server will provide the response. This response is actually called as what? This is actually replay response. This is actually called as what? Replay response. Okay, so what is actually happening? Already tool is having one response called recorded response, and you are getting one response is actually called as replay response. So it will check both are is actually expected response, then it will say pass, or else it will say fail. This is how your performance testing tool itself working. This is how your performance testing tool itself working. Why I am explaining this flow? Why I am explaining this flow? Because now we have a clarity. What is the clarity? What is the clarity? You are not simulating the browser capability through the tool, because tool is only having what? HTTP traffic. That HTTP traffic only you are replaying. You are not simulating the browser behavior. That is the reason I'm saying your page painting, page rendering, all the information is actually missing in the HTTP protocol. You are only providing the HTTP traffic. You are only providing the HTTP traffic response time alone. So, which means that what? You are not providing the end-to-end response time to the client. You are not providing the end-to-end response time to the client. So what customers are expecting nowadays? They are expecting you need to provide the end-to-end response time. So what is an option available? Yes, that option is, okay, that option is you are going to use the APM tools, guys. You are going to use the APM tools. That is the reason actually we are learning the uh, this APM tools and all. That is the reason industry is actually moving towards that concept. So that is what our intention of learning also. Any question, guys, till now? Okay. So now if I quickly go to my browser, yesterday also I think I told the same example. So if I go here, if look at here in the left hand side there is a image is there. If I copy this image address, I am putting it in the browser. In your performance testing tool, in your performance testing tool, whenever you are doing the script preparation, in your performance testing tool, whenever you are doing the script preparation, the script will be recorded in this way only. The script will be recorded in this way only. It will record like a individual URL only. It will record like a individual URL only. So, okay, if I hit this URL, what is actually happening? If I hit this URL, what is actually happening? The image is actually loaded. Image is actually loaded. But what is missing? In real time, this particular image is actually there in the left corner. The two small image is actually there in the website. But when you are independently hitting that URL, what is actually happening? The content is actually loading in the center of the page. The content is actually loading in the center of the page, which is not the expectation. So what is that meaning? Your tool, if it is actually hitting the URL independently or separately, your tool will not have the brilliance to say this image at what position, at what size, all the importance it will not decide. Your tool will not decide. Tool will not have the intelligence to decide where it has to paste, what information has to display. All those clarity will not be there with the tool. That is the reason I'm saying your performance testing tool is not having the provision to provide the page painting, page rendering, or browser level or client side level data. It is not providing. Okay, so that is the reason I'm saying yes, developers can use this tool to provide a client side data, that they can provide. Okay, not only client side data, infrastructure. Infrastructure. What is this infrastructure? So right now in industry, what is actually happening? Many people, they are not doing infrastructure monitoring. They are not doing infrastructure monitoring. Right now they are not doing the infrastructure monitoring. Okay. So example, typical example is, say like I am a performance tester. Okay, I am a performance tester. I am not doing infrastructure monitoring at all. Okay, even I wanted to tell you this. Those who are coming and attending an interview with me, say like some 4 years to 7 years experienced candidate also, if I'm asking the questions like, have you ever done infrastructure monitoring, like that, if I'm asking the question, either they are saying I don't know, I don't know, I don't have access. There is a separate team available to do the infrastructure monitoring. Okay, I don't know, I don't have access. There is a separate team available to do the infrastructure monitoring. That is what usual reply that I'm getting it from the performance testers. But actually you should not answer in this way. You should say yes, I know, and for that you need to learn those concepts. Okay, so that is the reason I'm saying infrastructure monitoring is actually important. So if I quickly say x-axis, y-axis, say I am a performance tester, guys. Okay, I am a performance tester. Right now I'm not doing any infrastructure monitoring. Right now I'm not doing any infrastructure monitoring. Okay, example, I'm not doing infrastructure monitoring, but I did a load testing. I did a load testing, but I did not do the infrastructure monitoring. Okay, but behind the screen, what is actually happening? Example, I did a load testing. Behind the screen, what is actually happening? The available memory graph is actually going like this. The available memory graph is actually going like this. Exactly by 1 hour load test completed, exactly by 1 hour load test completed, what happened? I stopped the test. I stopped the test. So since because I did not do the infrastructure monitoring, I told you, right? I did not do the infrastructure monitoring. I provided or I shared my performance testing report to my stakeholder saying like everything is actually working good. All green. Everything is super. Like that I'm giving the report. But if you look at the memory graph, if it is going in this pattern within very short span of time, what will happen? It will touch the out of memory error, OOM. Out of memory error it will touch. But since because we did not do the infrastructure monitoring, we don't know what is the problem. We don't know what is the problem. We simply provide our performance testing tool level numbers alone. We provide only performance testing tool level numbers alone, but it is not the correct way. You need to do the infrastructure monitoring also. So right now in industry, right now many people are actually they are not doing the infrastructure monitoring, which is very important. That is the reason I'm saying this tool will help you to do the infrastructure monitoring also. This will help you to do the infrastructure monitoring also. Any question guys till now? Okay. So not only performance testers, guys. Okay, not only performance testers, performance engineers. Performance engineers. So performance engineers, what they will do? They also require to do a root cause analysis. Yes, with this tool, this root cause analysis would be very very easy. And they'll also do what? They'll also do capacity planning. What they will do? They will do the capacity capacity planning. What is this capacity planning means? Say right now, my application is actually having 32 GB RAM. My application is right now having 32 GB RAM. Okay, but the utilization of the graph is not even crossing 8 GB RAM. Okay, my server is actually having 32 GB RAM right now, but my utilization is not even crossing 8 GB RAM. My utilization is not even crossing 8 GB RAM. So what these I mean what performance engineers they will do? What performance engineers they will do? They will observe, monitor these infrastructure level data, and they'll say yes, this this application is not even crossing 8 GB of RAM for the entire utilization, then there is no point in investing 32 GB RAM size. So from next year onwards, what you can do, you can invest only for 16 GB probably, max of 16 GB, because your maximum utilization itself is 8 GB and you are giving additional 8 GB as a buffer. So you are removing 16 GB investment cost. So that is actually the capacity planning means. That is actually called as capacity planning. Yes, performance engineers they will do the capacity planning also. This tool will help them to do the capacity planning. Okay, so what about system support engineers? What about system support engineers? So traditionally if you go back some 5 years 10 years before and all, what will happen, the system support engineers will work in shift 24 bar 7. 24 bar 7 they will work in shift. What is their main job? They'll sit in front of the machine, they'll monitor the application. If there is any problem, they will create level 1, level 2, level 3 tickets like that, and then they will assign the ticket to the respective team. Once the team is actually fixing the issue, they'll redeploy and then again monitor the system. That is their regular work. That is their regular work. But now, because of using these APM tools in the market, they are providing a capability called alerting, problem alerting. They are providing a capability called problem alerting. So, since because you are having the problem alerting capability, okay, the importance of sitting in front of the machine for 24 bar 7 is actually reduced, and that will also have the capability to integrate with a certain third party tool. Because of that, what will happen, you will get the notification instead of system support engineers. They are informing to the respective team. The respective team will get the auto alerting based on the problem alerting that you configured, so that the respective team they can straight away look into the issue and then they'll try to resolve the issue. So that's where it is actually helping the system support engineers also. It is actually helping the system support engineers also. So what is that meaning, guys? So this is not the tool only required to be used by the performance testers, because that is a false understanding everybody is actually having. Even many they are thinking that it is a tool only used by the performance testers. No, it is not like that. This tool can be used by anybody provided what activity that they are performing is actually important. Right now I explained the developers in what level, performance testers, performance engineers, system support engineers, like that. I gave different examples. So which means that each job role people they can use this tool in a way they can achieve their own daily task. Okay, I'll take a pass here, guys. Any question till now? Yeah. So, if actually from our next session onwards, we are going to show you, I mean, how to create your account, and then how you are going to configure the agent, and how we are going to analyze and understand different capabilities that are there in the Datadog. So from next time, I mean from next session onwards, we are going into the deep dive section of what is this all about. So those who wanted to enroll for this course journey, please reach out to Kumar sir. This is Kumar sir number 8019952427. I'll copy paste this number in the chat, guys. Okay, 8019952427 is number. Okay, and I'll also copy paste the course content in the chat. You guys can take it. This is the content that we are going to cover as part of this learning. This is actually a weekday session, Monday to Friday. Monday to Friday, we are going to have the session, and the timeline is actually 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. IST. 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. IST, correspondingly in other locations. Okay, the other location time is also available in the website. Okay, this is actually the other location timelines. So we are planning to cover this entire content in 10 plus hours of session. Okay, 10 plus hours of session, we are planning to cover the entire course content. All these sessions are actually recorded. Right now, the session is also recorded. All these sessions are actually recorded, and you will be getting these videos in the YouTube playlist URL on a daily basis. And anytime if you are unable to attend the session, you are taking leave means not a problem. You can watch this video. You can come back and ask your questions. These videos you are going to have it for lifetime access, guys. Okay, these videos you are going to have it for lifetime access. All artifacts, supporting documents, and everything we are going to share it through Google Drive, because this is a hands-on session. So all these things you are also going to set up in your machine, and we are going to have the hands-on learning as well. So that relevant materials also we are going to share it in the Google Drive. Okay. So all interview related questions, industry best practices, hands-on practice, everything we are going to do it, guys. Okay. So those who wanted to enroll for this course journey, please reach out to Kumar sir, 8019952427. Okay, 80195247 is number. So pretty much from Monday onwards, we are going to start our Datadog learning, actual Datadog learning. We are going to start from Monday. So I'm expecting each and every one of you will be available in that session. So we will.
I'm not sure, should if I know what is it.
Sorry, those who are not talking, please go on mute, guys. Yeah. So actual learning we are going to start from Monday. We are going to see like how to create the account, how to do the configuration, what are all the different sections that we are going to learn. All those things we are going to discuss from Monday. So those who wanted to enroll for this course journey, please reach out to Kumar sir for further information, guys. So now we set up the context. Okay, I know people from different background will be joining, usually joining the session, and for everybody's benefit, we have to at least set the ground level understanding. What is APM tool? Why we are learning this? What are all the people who are all can use it? That ground level setup we did it right now, and we completed that level of understanding. Straight away we will go into the details of tool and also tool capabilities and features, and how we are going to do it in a hands-on way. All those things we are going to discuss from Monday onwards. Okay. So if you do not have any question, thanks for giving me this opportunity. Thanks for joining. I hope we all will travel in this course journey from Monday onwards. Thanks for joining, and have a nice day. Bye bye.